Hey, welcome everyone. So we are live on YouTube and we're going to start this session. So far, I don't have anyone joining me that has Q&A from the Launch Lab Hybrid. So I had Esmeralda get us started. So that way, if anybody hops on and has any individual questions, I'm on my own account and I can connect to my phone. So that's another important thing. If you're using somebody else's Zoom, like I'm lucky enough to have a sister like Esmeralda that allows me to use her Zoom to teach these classes. But in order for me to connect to my Apple device, I have to be logged into my own Zoom account. So if this ever happens to you, you'll want to make sure if you're teaching a class, if you're using somebody else's Zoom, you'll want to be on your own account, because when you try to access your iPhone, the firewall will keep you from connecting to the device. So you'll want to be on your own Zoom account. It's like something happens and it blocks it. So just make sure that and it's easy enough to do. So the person that you're sharing a Zoom account with, what they'll do is they'll start the Zoom and then they'll make you a host. And then that allows you to stream into your Facebook group or stream into your YouTube account. And then that way you can take your cord, and then you're able to mirror your account. There is a way that you can mirror just doing it via Wi-Fi, but I found that it's very glitchy and it tends to hang up a lot. So if you can hardwire the cord from your computer to your from your phone to your computer, you'll get better results when you're doing your mirroring technique from your phone to your computer if you're trying to teach something from the phone device. Okay, so today's session was supposed to be about well, two different things, because I missed you guys last week. So we were supposed to talk about Facebook funnels and any questions that you have in setting that up. So let me know, follow up with me in the chat, in the Launch Lab Hybrid chat, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to answer those questions there. So before we begin, let's go into, let me go into the Launch Lab Academy and see if there was any questions there. In the question thread. So we'll start there. Let me share my screen. Screen one. Okay, so now we're sharing our screen here. Let me move this toolbar out of the way. And I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holiday, and a Happy New Year. So let's see what's happening here. Let's see, we want the most recent questions. It was kind of weird. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was kind of weird kind of being disconnected for a little bit. My daughter-in-law moved back. We didn't have internet. It was freezing cold in the house. But anyway, so I have a lot to catch up on now that I'm back home. So Kira had a question. How long can we store our live videos? Can lives be uploaded into YouTube? Yes, so you can download, well, one, your videos will stay on there as long as the social media is up and going. So as long as that platform's alive and kicking, and as long as you don't get banned, you should have no issues. It's there until you take it down, honestly. Yes, you can use the Friendly app to download your videos. If you're downloading your videos from your device, you can use an app called the Friendly app, and it will allow you to download your videos. Otherwise, if it's your personal video, you can, on your computer, you can download the video. You just go to the three dots and then you scroll down and you'll see the download portion. So I'll come back here and I'll give her the link to today's session. Let me just put right here, yes. As long as the platform is available and as, let's see, and as long as you have that, let's see, as long as you have that account. And then can lives be uploaded? Yes. Lives can be downloaded from Facebook and used on YouTube. I could spell. Let's see if you can download. Lives can be downloaded from Facebook using a computer. Memory. Or let's see. And then used on YouTube, or you can use the Friendly app. If you have memory and save on that device. Device can spell. Okay. I promise I have not been drinking. So anyway. It's like I think we're all recovering from the holidays. Okay, so
That's for sure.
okay. Okay, so Krista says she's behind and okay, so I'll get with her later. Okay, so let's see. What other questions did we have? Looks like Eden. That was 6 weeks ago. Okay, so that's the only current question. So let's go now. Let's go to Zoom. Well, first. So one of the things we're talking about is going live in your group. So I know that we've talked about this before, but I'll just touch on it one more time. And I forgot to do record. Okay, I'm not gonna record at this point because I'm already several minutes in. Okay, so I guess I'm not doing auto notes. Okay, so one of the things you want to make sure that you have going on is your group settings. So you want to, you're going to click on your group settings and then you're going to scroll down here to the bottom. This is the most important part. If you do not have the app Zoom loaded on your account, see right here, it shows Zoom. So let's say I don't see that there because sometimes you'll see stuff happen. And there's an update and then you don't see your Zoom anymore. So it happens all the time, not to fret. You're simply going to put over here in the search bar Zoom. You're going to click on Zoom. You're going to add it. And so now you can go into your group using Zoom. So let's say maybe you decide to use StreamYard. So same premise, you go click on the edit pencil, you click on add apps, and let's see, you just put in here StreamYard. And there you go, you see the little duck head, and then you add that one. So then there's another one. Is that other one loaded on here? Let's see. I'm not sure how it's. There's another one. Be connected. Okay, I'm not sure how. I'll have to do more research on that one. I'll have to get with Lucy on that one. I'm not sure if it falls under something else in order for it to connect or not. Okay, so then you go back to home. Oh. Go back to our community. And we're gonna look back over here. Now, before you open up your group to everyone, you want to make sure that you have everything set up for success. So you have the name of your group, you have a description, you just click on the edit there. You can make any changes. You can tailor make your web address by coming here to customize group and then click on the edit pencil for the web address, and then you can create your name. You can update the color that you see right here. So right now the primary color is blue. You could change it easily to, orange if you wanted to, depending on what your color palette's going to look like. And let's see. And then we talked about the team should have been talking about doing your setting up your funnel. So how you do that? Let's take a look at Mike's. This is probably the best example. So on Mike's, you see here he has the banner here. It says click here. And so sometimes you guys think that there's an actual link there, but it's just to get people to click the picture. And then your link is actually here in the comments. So to edit it, you would have to go to edit, and then you would just put your stuff in there. But this is Mike, so I can't edit his. So you scroll down here, and so we talk about building your funnel. So part of your funnel is your banner, and then putting your group link there, or if you have an event, you're going to put your event link right there. Then you want to have your Facebook group here. And then the next thing you want to do is you'll have your group here. So you can set up your feature photos here. So you see when you're uploading your feature photos, you're going to upload one at a time. So after you create these in Canva or whatever system you decide to create them in, it's easier to use it in Canva, and that's what we do here. You're gonna load the first one or the last one first, and then the next one, and then the next one. And then as you load them, then you want to put the words for the title. So then when it comes all together, you can see here it says get your AI tools. And then you can see here where he's had other things set up for his funnels over different periods of time. So let's see. Let's go back to, I'll take a look at Athena's. You see here, Athena's got her banner. Then she's got here the guide and with the call to action. And then you see here, she's got her feature photos. So, and her titles are Streamline Through Automation. You see her little gorgeous face right there with her facial expressions. It kind of brings attention and it's, kind of draws you in. And for the, preparing for the new year, you got this little photo here. So that is hers. And let's take a look at Eden's, how he did his funnel. So again, you got the AI powered banner. You got your call to action with your group link here. And then down here, you got the feature photos. So he's got his setup similar to Mike's. Get your AI tools right there. And then you see right there. Oops. So, and then we'll go to mine. So you see, and I'm actually going to update mine. So I'm going to show you how to do that because I can't obviously update theirs. So I kind of did that. I kind of put this one up for the holidays just for a little bit of fun, but I want to go back to my previous banner. So we're going to put on here, edit cover photo, and then I'm not going to upload one because I already have one there that I want to use. So I'm going to click on choose cover photo. And then I'm going to go to my photo albums. And then you see right here where I've got 92 uploads for cover photos. I'm just going to go here. And I have these various ones that I've had over a period of time. So this is the one that I want to go back to. I can adjust it here. Go back right there. And then save changes. So, and you see, if you go back to a banner that you previously used, if you set it up correctly and you had your call to action here, you would have your information right here. So we have our link here. And oops, and we want to edit because we're past November 11th. What do I want to do? We're actually in between sessions, so we're just wrapping up a session, so I'm not quite sure what I want to put there, so I'm going to wait on editing that part and brainstorm with the team. Okay, so but that's how you basically edit it. If you wanted to make any type of edits to your previously, you can see here this one was set up November 2nd is when I initially did that. And then here, because I do multiple things, so I don't have my feature photos set up like they do, I kind of came up with a theme. They were all like this with the little teal and the little lotus flower, and it said at blissfully active. But over the last few months, I've been updating them. You can see. Okay. I guess it goes 3 at a time. So you can see here at one time, because there's 2 here, and then, there. So they were all teal at one point, and then I just haven't added, I need to find my logo for that color display, to update that one. So anyway, let's see. Zoom. So the other thing we wanted to cover tonight is making sure that you have your Zoom set up correctly. So let's go into Zoom. So Zoom login. So I know for some of you, sometimes you have a hard time finding your Zoom login. So one of the ways that you can alleviate that stress is you can mark it. So that's what I've done with some of you. So let's say that I want to mark this one. I want to favorite. So sign in, Zoom sign in. I'm going to change that around a little bit. To me, that's backwards. So I'm going to put Zoom sign in so you can and I want it under Launch Lab because that's where I primarily use it the most. So I'm going to click done. So now when I go over here, you can see here, now my handy dandy Zoom login is right here handy because this is primarily what I'm using Zoom for most of the time. And then you have your login. So say that you want to I'm gonna go into this one. I'm gonna sign in. Oh, keep your account safe. Zoom will send a notification. Esmeralda, are you still there? I'll keep your account safe. Sign in. I'll keep your account. Esmeralda, are you still there? I know she was getting ready, so maybe she's not there anymore. Super quick. I don't have an issue signing in. Okay, let me send her pictures. Okay, so we'll see if she sees it. Dooby dooby doo. Okay, well, she might be driving. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So Zoom is always updating. So Zoom is always updating and it's for your security, but sometimes when you're sharing an account with someone, you'll have, like you saw, sometimes you just have to wait until they're able to respond. But the reason why I wanted to take you over here is because you want to make sure you have your profile set up and then you want to take a look at your settings. So let's go to meetings. And so you can see here, we have the meeting. This is a reoccurring meeting that we have here. And then you want to take a look at your settings. How do you have everything set up? Because it's really, this part is important too. So you want to take a look at, do you require all meetings that are secured with a one security option? Do you want to put your people in the waiting room for this particular training that I do? I have the waiting room off because normally I'm doing multiple things, and that way it just it's only going to a set amount of people. It's not open to the public. And so I have the waiting room turned off. So people just can join. I don't have to worry about letting them in when I'm navigating it by myself. And so that helps me. But let's say you're doing an event and it's open to the public. Well, you would want to turn on the waiting room. You would want to turn on the waiting room so that you would want to turn on the waiting room so that way when you're ready to let them in, you could just let them in. The other thing you want to do is, let's see, going down here, you have here personal meeting ID passcode. You normally want to have that turned on. Require a passcode for participants joining by phone. Embed the passcode invite link. Click by a one-click join. So if you turn that on, otherwise sometimes they might have issues joining. Let's see. If we're having issues with a particular area, you can block certain domains. We haven't used that particular feature. Scheduling a meeting, host video, starts meetings with host video on. Participant video, I usually have that turned off. But if you want to turn it on, that's definitely an option. And then audio type, you can put telephone and computer audio. So that way, if somebody's having issues on their computer, they can dial in if need be. So let's see. Here, allow participants to join before the host. Now, let's say if you set up something where you have like a little, like a you can do like a promo video. So if you have some type of promo video or some little short education video that you want them to watch beforehand, then you can allow participants to join before the host. But usually that doesn't happen. Normally people like them to sit in the waiting room. And then there is a way that you can show them a little promo video while they're in the lobby. You can enable continuous meeting chat. You can allow your rooms starting, allow Zoom rooms starting with a meeting key host. Let's see, I usually don't have that on. Add watermark. I typically don't use that. Mute all participants when joining. That's very important. So especially if you're going over something, let's say you're giving a meditation or you want to keep things quiet, you want to mute them as they're joining so it will self-mute them. Upcoming meeting reminder, you can turn that on. There's different type of meeting templates that you can create and then reuse them. Here, the meeting chat. So you can turn that on, allow users to save chats from the meeting. So if that's something you're okay with them saving the chat. And typically you can only do this if they're signed in via computer. If they're signed in via phone, they're not able to save the chat anyway. New meeting chat experience. Allow participants to delete messages in the chat. Let's say they type something, they really need to delete it. They didn't mean to type that in there. So if you allow them to delete, that's fine. Enable screenshot feature and meeting chat. Allow participants to react to meeting using emojis. I usually turn that on because it just keeps it a little bit fun. That's just me personally. Meeting chat direct messages. So you'll notice some of the big organizations, they have that turned off. So you can't direct message, anyone. But if it's a small intimate group, I say it's usually fine to have that on. But as you grow and get larger, you may not want a lot of cross conversations going on, between people. It just sometimes it can be distracting. I have meeting chat autosave on, so that way when I end this meeting, it'll automatically save whatever's in the chat. If there was something important that I needed to pull up. Sound notification when someone joins or leaves. Play sound for everyone or only for host and co-host. So I have mine turned on. Some people, if you're doing some type of meditation or something and you don't want to hear the dinging, as I'm coming and going, that might not be an option for you. So again, it's just your personal preference. Announce number of participants and dial-in participants. Send files via chat. I have that turned on. Sometimes, there's things that we're sharing. This is the one thing that I do want to point out, co-host. So you want to make sure this is turned on. So allow host to add a co-host and co-host to have the same meeting controls as the host. So this is really important, especially if you have someone that's you're going to be working with, and maybe they're going to be sharing their screen, or maybe you have a VA helping you. So you want to make sure that you have co-host turned on. And then allow images uploaded in polls and quizzes to be displayed. Allow alternate host to add or edit polls or quizzes. I know that we've used that. I think we've used the Launch Lab. I think we used polls a couple different times. We haven't used it a whole lot. Let's see. Show Zoom windows during the screen share. And then screen sharing, you always want to make sure screen sharing is on. So, and this is important, especially if you're using a co-host. So how many participants can share at one time? I say one participant can share at a time. And then the other thing you want to make sure is who can share, all participants or only the host. So in this instance, because I'm always, when you guys join me, I have you guys sharing. So I put all participants, and then who can start sharing when someone else is sharing. So sometimes some of my students will forget they're sharing and they'll walk off. And so the only one who can start sharing when someone else is sharing, you can either have it as all participants or you can put the host only. So let's see, host only. I guess I'll keep it all, because sometimes the co-host needs to take back over. So I'll just leave it that way. Okay, so annotation, whiteboard, allow whiteboard content. Allow remote controlling user to share clipboard, side control, non-verbal feedback, meeting reactions. So you can click on meeting reactions. If you turn that on, then these are all emojis, or you could just have selected ones like these right here. Show invitee list, participants panel. Allow users to change their name when joining a meeting. Because sometimes people will set up their thing and maybe they don't want their name to be known. And then, let's see. I know I utilize that. So when Esmeralda doesn't sign in for me, and I have to sign into her account, I can go rename myself from Esmeralda to Patty. So that's always good to have on there. You can also allow hosts and co-hosts to rename participants that are in the waiting room. I really don't see the need for that in most situations. Breakout meetings, remote support, full transcript. Always have that on. Sometimes that comes in handy. If you want to do a virtual background, just know that that's it's going to use more bandwidth when you're using a virtual background. So here you can see there's the little tropical one there. And then immersion view. Focus mode. What was the other one? Allow user to select stereo audio in their client settings. Show a join from your browser link. So this is good when people forget, maybe they don't have the app downloaded. So if they can join from their browser, that's helpful. Allow live streaming for meetings. So you want to have these checked: Facebook, Workplace Meta, and YouTube. We typically don't use Twitch here or custom live streaming service. I guess I could. Really don't have that. Request. See here, no. So when attendees join meeting before host, notify when participants join a meeting before them. When meeting is canceled. To do, let's see here. So that's pretty much it for the most important things. So let's say that now, look at our time. So let's say you want to schedule a meeting. So that's the basics, the basic settings. So let's say you want to schedule a meeting. You could go here, schedule meeting. You would want to give it a name. You want to give it a date. Put in the time zone. Enable continuous meeting chat. If it's going to require a registration, you're going to click registration required. If you want to have a unique passcode, you want to make sure you do it here at the very beginning and not afterwards, because it could create issues later on. Oh, sorry about that. We kind of learned that the hard way. Then we want people to go into the waiting room. If you click this, require authentication to join, that means they have to make sure that they're signed into their particular Zoom account in order to join the meeting. So this is good if you've had issues, like a couple of our students have had issues doing public events and people coming in and showing their nakedness. When we didn't have required authentication to join, and we just had it open. So that means that they weren't required to log into their account, and then they just joined via a web browser. So if you want to protect your Zoom, depending on, the sensitivity of it, you can put required authentication to join. And that way, if somebody does act a little bit crazy, obscene, you can report them. And if they're logged in on their account, then they're going to end up getting banned. Okay, so, and then, if they paid for that account, they're going to just be losing out. So video, host on, participant off. It asks you, again, so you can make those changes individually. And then the options here, allow participants to join at any time, mute participants upon entry. Those are the two that I usually make sure are in there. And then alternate host, allow username or email addresses. So I've had issues getting this feature to work. If you guys get it to work, you let me know. Because I know several people have tried to use this particular feature in host in the Zoom, and we have yet to get it to work. So okay, so basically when you have it all set up, then you just hit save, and then it will automatically, if you have it on generate automatically. Otherwise, you can click personal meeting. So there you go. And yeah, I think that's about it. So it's really hard when I'm doing it all by myself. It's much easier when I have you guys here to interact and ask all the questions, ask all the fun questions, challenge my brain. So I'm just gonna go with that for tonight. And then if anybody has any questions, I can follow up with you guys this weekend because I'm actually home. So I'll kind of keep an eye out. But I missed you guys. Happy New Year. You guys got one more week. One more week, and then we have a celebration. And then we start the 9 weeks over again. So whoever's going to be joining us, and I'll have to take a look at I think they did I think we have a video because I'm behind where they had an offer for you guys in the System IO, I think. I'll have to double check. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys grow. Just a real quick reminder, if you have something, let's say you have something coming up. Let's say you have something coming up with an event. Let's go to Launch Lab Academy again. So you're going to go up here to featured. You see the spreadsheet right here? This is for the benefit of you guys to share all the awesome work that you're doing. So you just click on it. You come down here, you put your name, you put the date, you put the time. You put, if it's a level 1, level 2, level 3. If you want to invite the community to come and support you, you can give it who are you serving, who's your dot, and then you can put the Zoom link here. Put the Zoom link. Yeah, the Zoom link for the event. So make sure that you are sharing with the community. So because we are really building a strong, tight-knit community, and we want to be able to support one another, and we're growing from each other. And because we're building the safe community and everybody's kind of learning the same way, we're able to give each other feedback. And so that's the most important part, is that that peer-to-peer training and then giving each other feedback and what worked for you, what didn't work for you. And so make sure you're reaching out in the group and giving feedback, because it's all about growing. We're growing together. We're moving forward. We're doing great things. Yeah, let's make some, let's see, stop sharing, cancel. Oh, I guess I did stop screen sharing. Okay, so I didn't realize I turned it off. So anyway, just know, let me just make sure one more time. It's really quickly. You're gonna click here because I can't remember if I turned it off earlier. So put your name, the date, the time, what type of an event it is, if you want people to come, what your dot is, and then what your Zoom link is here. So if you want them to register, or if you're just going to share the Zoom link to make it easy, or if it's a Facebook event, you can share the Facebook event link here, as long as you have your Zoom link in your Facebook event, because the goal is to get your community peers to do this event with you. See, well, I think that's all I have for right now for you guys. And again, I want to thank Esmeralda for her help in getting this going. And you guys let me know what questions you have, and I will follow up with you on the other side. So have a happy New Year.